Lovely. Hi.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm okay. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, I can hear you great. It's fine.
Great, just because I'm in my headphones. Oh my gosh, what a day. Thank you for waiting.
That's all right. No worries. I appreciate you're super busy, so thank you for taking the time out of your busy schedule to be on here. I really
My
appreciate
absolute
it.
pleasure. My
Yeah.
pleasure, my pleasure. Oh,
Lovely. So it looks like a few people are joining. I think a lot of people watch this later on, so it's super useful for everyone so far. I think you're number 8. So we're going for a little while now. Number 8. Probably the
yeah.
last
Oh,
one of the
amazing.
year as well, actually. Probably the last one of the year. So nice way to finish the year off, I guess. Cool.
Amazing. Do you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go ahead and invite people so they can absolutely
Okay.
access what it is that you are doing because it's
Lovely.
fantastic.
Awesome.
Uh, yes,
Lovely. Okay, cool. Happy to get started.
absolutely.
I can hear myself on a delay. I don't know if anyone else can hear watching. I can hear myself speak afterwards. I don't know if that's to do with your headphones or not.
Probably. Let's just get them off, shall we? One sec. I
There you
will.
go. If that's all right. Thank you.
Awesome. Can you hear me?
Oh, yeah, that's great. That's fine. Thank you.
Cool.
Sorry, I just thought otherwise I'm going to hear myself on repeat. That's not
And
what we
it's
need to hear.
annoying. Yeah, that's annoying. All good.
Okay, great. Lovely. So, we usually start these lives with just going back to the start of your career, how you got started, whether you went to university or college, or kind of like what was your roots. I think it's really nice to hear because obviously you don't just get there overnight. So it's really nice to hear. So yeah.
Absolutely. So, I I would say that I started in the community. I was in community centres, when we had them, and youth centres and things like that. I started in East London, where I went to school, went to college, and all of that kind of jazz. I didn't go to college for dance. I originally went to college for acting.
No.
Um, Danced my whole kind of childhood, or more so pranced around my mum's front room, until getting into somewhere seriously, and I say seriously, but into a group. At that time I was in a group called Tricks Joint there.
Okay.
And when I was a teenager, so quite late in my teens, I started dancing and kind of feeling like, oh, I want to take this a bit serious. And then I went to college for acting. There was some dance there, and
Yeah.
but it wasn't that much. It was mainly acting. I actually went to dance college maybe about 8 years after most people do. Um,
Okay.
and I did that because I was a part of a dance company and never had formal training, never
Yeah.
did the ballet. I kind of did it as a kid, but not really
Yeah.
for real. I
Mm.
needed to learn how to use certain parts of my body because passion will only take you so far. But
Yeah.
needed to learn how to use certain parts of my body. And so I went back to college, did A-level dance. And I will say, I only went to that college for 3 months. Don't judge me. But I went there to learn how to use my body for
Yeah.
a particular show that I was going to audition for. So my
Right.
journey was very kind of underground, street vibe.
Yeah.
Kind of went into the underground scene, battled a bit, and
Yeah.
then kind of went into hip hop theatre, musical theatre, and so forth. So not your conventional way.
No. Yeah, but it's good to hear because I think everyone thinks maybe you have to go the conventional route, but I don't think that is the case at all.
No.
Not dance, I know. I think especially in the hip hop scene, it doesn't seem to be that way that dancers get in, from my perspective. I don't know how you feel about that,
Yeah,
but
no, I do. I think that not so much right place, right time, but right training, right vibe will set you on a journey. If you want to get into the hip hop world, it is about learning the styles that are underneath the hip hop banner. I don't
yeah,
consider myself at one point I was a hip hop dancer. That
yeah,
was the title.
yeah,
And then branching out and seeing what else was out there, and realizing that I had the capability to be my own artist, because once upon a time all I wanted to do was dance for Missy. That's all I wanted
Yeah.
to do. That's
Yeah.
all I
Yeah.
had in my mindset. I want to dance for Missy. I want to dance for Missy. And if that opportunity still arose, I'd still bag it out.
Yeah, of course.
But over a period of time, I learned that, you know, I can be my own artist. I can go and set the precedent on stage. I can be the lead there, and I can back up other leads up, you
Yeah.
know. And that kind of empowered me so much more than just aiming for, you know, one point.
Yeah.
It kind of opened up all of these realms. And I think for anyone going into that, it's
Yeah.
about being in the environment and learning and understanding it and seeing what's possible.
Yeah, no, amazing. What do you think it was that made you realize, okay, no, I can do this. I don't have to follow that route. Was it
It's
something?
funny. It's a really good question. And I remember, you know, I was still performing at this point. I don't know what year it was now, but I'm still performing and doing my
Yeah.
thing. And I remember actually sitting and watching the Missy Elliott documentary.
Okay.
And I watched her and how she had coped, because she got ill to a certain extent. And I just watched how she coped and what she did. And I think that she's friggin' awesome and sick and all of that kind of jazz. But I remember that, I don't know if it was that same week or that same period of time, I choreographed a routine, some choreography, taught it in a normal open class, whatnot, posted it up on Twitter, and just was like, you know, Missy, massive inspiration. You know,
Yeah.
your music is timeless, and I'm so inspired. And she
Yeah.
tweeted me back, and
Oh,
it was, you can imagine how I felt.
yeah.
It was at the response of just, I see you.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was, I see you. You know, I make music for dancers. I see you. That made me feel like, flip.
Yeah.
I can just do this myself. Like, you know, so the wanting the opportunity was now coming from a different perspective.
Yeah.
I'd have the opportunity, but I don't need it. Whereas
Yeah.
once
Yeah.
upon a time, it may have justified my talent. And I
Right.
think that was the switch, understanding that I was talented with or without Missy Elliott. It sounds so dramatic, but
Yeah.
I
No.
feel
Yeah.
like that's so many aspects of life, you know, when
Yeah.
you realize that you're okay, you're good enough without the affirmation of that particular thing.
Yeah. And I guess then it also, you kind of, your limit is endless then, because you're not trying to reach for someone's expectations of you. You're just like, I want to reach my own, which is
Exactly.
inspiring. Yeah, awesome. So thinking back to the start of your career, was there one job which was just like more of like a breakthrough job for you, like, or like a project you started? I mean, it kind of sounds like that Missy Elliott retweet was your breakthrough, but if there's any other breakthroughs you've experienced, it'd be
I
great to
think
share.
I think for me, one of the biggest jobs I've ever done is street dance 3D. You know,
Yeah, yeah.
who gets to come from the hip hop scene, not train,
Mm,
you know, just follow the passion, follow the heart, not look the average, you know, dancer wise, whatever, and do a
yeah,
friggin' movie. That's the first movie for the UK. Who friggin'
yeah,
gets to do that? Do you know what I mean? And for me,
yeah,
that was a massive breakthrough. It taught me a lot in front of the camera, yeah, getting to perform and dance and wake up at 5 a.m. and get, you know, have your car pull up outside and all those things, but also
nice.
how the movie world kind of works and what's necessary and how you need to show up, and then how you carry yourself even after that, because I think that sometimes us as artists can get wrapped up in the fact of, you know, this opportunity is going to be there forever, when, oh,
Yeah,
this opportunity makes us, or it's that one thing, and I feel like, you know, other little jobs, I say little, other jobs taught me this, but doing that movie, I did that movie in 2009. That was
yeah,
still kind of, I don't want to say early days in my performing career, but because I was performing for ages, but it was
yeah,
still, you know, sometimes it takes people a while to graft, and I have been grafted, but it can take people a steep. And the moment that happened for me, it was like, okay, well, how am I going to show up now? How am I going to take, you know, because this is going to die out soon. It's going to
yeah,
be
yeah,
over. And what do I want to be left afterwards? And I learned so much about reinventing yourself. I learned so much about professionality and how to carry yourself and how to show up and how to, you know, walk away from certain things and be in the right frame of mind, because this world is so much more than the talent that you carry. You know, a
Yeah.
lot of the time we think, oh, we're banging it out. Like, you know, I'm a good dancer. A good dancer isn't going to keep you. Being a good dancer is not going to keep you in the long run. So for me, that implemented the thought process of how do I create legacy out of what this opportunity is.
Yeah, 100%. I think saying it just then, being a good dancer isn't everything, because there's tons of good dancers. There's loads. So having that mindset to be able to switch it on and figure out how you're gonna be sustainable is great. Yeah, great.
Exactly.
Yeah, so when you sent through your bio, I was like, this is the longest bio I've got yet. This is so long. I was like, this is incredible. I was like, she sent me her whole career. I was like, this is amazing. I think I can't fit it all in an Instagram post. I think I only managed to get like half of it in there. But yeah, one of the best bios. I was like, that's mad. She's had the most amazing career so far, anyway. And it also looks like you kind of manage different careers. So you're a dancer, choreographer, entrepreneur. Looks like you wear a lot of different hats. And I was just wondering, like, how do you balance that? Do you do it all at one time? Any tips you've got for people about balancing different job roles? And kind of maybe also what your career really does look like, because people might only see one part of your career.
Yeah, really, really great questions. This is something that I teach, and I'll go into it as well, because a lot of our lives, especially, you know, dancers, performers and whatnot, and especially I'd say 10 years ago, it was, this is what you do. You choose that, you choose this style, you choose this way of doing things. This is what you do. I remember going to performances and only being allowed to perform in one company, right? And always wanting to perform with a multitude of companies, just to know that I could do that. I could rehearse all of these things, you know, so like your own accomplishment. But there's this thing of understanding who you are and what's on the inside of you. I was never a one-track minded person in the way that I carry myself, and it's why as a hip-hop dancer I wanted to learn all the styles. I wanted to be good at all the styles. I want to be able to put it, I want it to be hard for you to put me in a section, because I'll bang out all of them. Like, that was my mentality when it came to a lot of stuff and a lot of styles. And so the way that my life looks like, I am still reaching for a level of excellence in all of those domains. So right now, I'm working as choreographer on a pantomime in the National Theatre called Dick Whittington. And it's amazing, you know, and I'm loving it. And we've got a lot of stuff to figure out, and, you know, getting show ready, and preview start at the end of the week. And that can be, you know, strange. Going backwards, I think we've just cut out.
Yeah, there we go. We're back.
Yeah. So that can be, you know, kind of a strain. But if I go backwards, so I have a coaching business, and within that coaching business, I help creatives turn their creativity into a business. I help people find vision and purpose, and how to like dig up their gold within them. And we have an empowerment room where we do monthly trainings for anybody that feels like they want to be in a super encouraging environment. That is running, you know, that I've been doing that since, well, the idea came in 2018, but it's been officially running since March, since lockdown, which is a whole other conversation. But that's what's been going on, and I friggin' love it. I love pouring into people. I love to have people, you know, recognize their capability, and even, you know, certain people who are entrepreneurial in this industry, they don't know that they could actually turn this thing into a business, and they can make more money, and they can live. They don't know that, and I'm so grateful I get to help people do that. But here's the thing: I knew that I'm going to be coming into doing Dick Whittington from November, right? So I knew that back in August. So I need to make sure in my month of October is planning and organizing and making sure that everything is taken care of until January. Now, my whole 2021 is planned out, but it's taken me a while to get to that stage. And I think as creatives, we can really feel like, oh, you know, I don't want to plan. Like, I just want to go with the free spirit of the creative winds. Like, And don't get me wrong, I love creative flow. I do sessions on that. But if we don't plan to be successful, we plan to fail. We need to make sure that we have certain plans in place. So loads of people are always like, you're always going. Somebody commented on my post the other day, girl, do you ever stop? Yes, but it's planned.
It's planned stop, yeah.
It's planned. I've scheduled in. I'm taking 10 days off in December because I want to. All I want to do is eat, work out, and read. That's what I want to do during that time. So that's what those 10 days are for. But I need to be ready from now for those 10 days, you know, so I can sit still, so I can be with my husband, so I can go for walks and stuff like that. You know, everyone can hit success. And I just think that it's us. I say it's us. I say us because I'm thinking about my organization, I Empower Creatives. Like, we help people to map out what it is that they want to do so that they get it done.
Yeah. 100%.
And that's what it is. It's the organization. I don't really believe in balance, because balance means that you might trip, you might fall. But I do believe in developing your strength to hold everything in tension, so that there's a strong bond between everything. In this season, I'm a choreographer. In next season, I'm just going to be a wife and someone who eats food. In the next season, I'm going to be a coach and focus on my business. I have to plan out my seasons. And I believe that that's what people need to implement into their life.
Yeah, no, 100%. That, what you said about balance then, I think that really clicked for me personally anyway. Because I feel like I always try and just balance everything. But really, maybe you're going to spend 2 months just on one thing. But don't worry, you've got to come back to that other project that means something to you as well. No, that's yeah, I like that.
Yeah. There's two things that people do. Like, they get afraid to do it because they think they're going to lose out on something else, or they don't do it because they're going to lose out on this thing. But they never really, you know, lockdown happened, and I think for a lot of people it was like, oh my gosh, I've lost everything. What am I going to do? And this was a whole opportunity to obviously know yourself and get into yourself and everything. But it was also opportunity to create something new. What you have won't pass you by. So you can go back to performing when performing wants to come back to you. Right now, performing's taking a break. That's okay. We leave it there. But what can you do in this moment to move you forward in a new way?
Yeah, exactly. That's amazing. Yeah, no, I love that. Okay, I'm gonna be a bit mindful in time because I know you got to have your dinner. So
I'm good. I was late, so I'm good, and I can eat at my desk. I'm allowed to do that, so
that's all right. I've only got literally like one more question left, and then we can just open up discussion. So what is, if someone had come to you at the start of your career and said this is the one bit of advice, what would you have wanted to know? Just like one bit of advice.
I think that a deep sense of knowing that I am good enough and every single thing that I need is within me. Like a deep sense of knowing that. Not if you do, if you got, no, if I knew who I was when I started, you know what I mean? It just
takes a lot of stress out of it.
Stress, definitely. And the thing is, it's really, really hard, I think. It's a good question, but it's also a bit of a difficult one because the experiences that you have teach you stuff. They teach you things. They show you things. And I think that that's okay. But there was also a lot of time that, you know, maybe wasted. Some might say that it's wasted or whatnot, of second guessing that I can do it, second guessing that it's possible. My post today was really about how long I spent questioning and trying to prove myself. I'm trying to prove to this person. I'm trying to prove to that person, oh, I am good enough. Oh, it is this. Oh, it is that. And if there was anything, I would have wished that I would have never been in that position. But at the same time, so much beauty has come out of being of walking through that, and maybe there's a realm of like you can get rid of the trauma of these experiences so much quicker, like because you know who you are, even though that they may happen, let it go. let it go,
Yeah,
let it
yeah,
go, and just keep
yeah.
moving forward. I
Yeah, I
hope that
think that
answers it.
not getting hung up on it, I think maybe is the key point. I think everyone's going to question themselves, but maybe not getting hung up on it and just kind of having your own back, having your own like little inner cheerleader that's like, no, no, no,
Being
you're
your own
good.
cheerleader. Oh my
Yeah,
gosh, I would have definitely be your own cheerleader. You don't need no one
yeah,
to cheer you on.
yeah, 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 definitely. They're all the questions I have. I feel like we breezed through them. But I was also going to open up this time to any projects you're working on, anything you want to share with people. I think we touched on it a little bit, but yeah, the floor is open. Anything you want to share with anyone watching?
Well, like I was saying before, so I run a monthly training called the Empowerment Room, and
Mm,
it's really like mindset, emotional well-being, well, I said mindset already, but mindset, emotional well-being, and just kind of like soul health,
yeah,
for anybody, mostly creatives, but anybody and everyone's welcome.
yeah,
We run that on the third Wednesday of every month. There's a subscription. At the moment, we are doing 25% off. So anyone who's on this live and wants that 25% off code, can
yeah,
either message you, Fern, or they can message me. It's up to you, however you want to
yeah.
run it. But I'm willing to give anyone 25% off of that monthly subscription. We have, I run a program called the Colourful Business Society. So people who are building businesses, people who are working out, their idea to turn it into a business, or need to expand their vision, need to understand who their ideal client is, how to get booked with stuff. I'm running that. That's a 6-month support
Nice.
system, or you can stay in it for longer. It's totally up to you. But we work through the strategies. We work together and we get your vision out there. So those are the two main things that I run under the I Empower Creatives banner. I'm
Nice.
going to be introducing some new things in January, February that are specific for dancers, and
Nice.
mentorship that supports them and feedback to them. And I know that there's loads of stuff out there, right? Everybody's not for everybody. You got to go to who you resonate with.
Yeah,
Um,
100%.
and I've been having these conversations with people for the last couple of days, and I've been in the game for 20 years. Like, I've
Mm,
seen stuff happen, I've seen people come, I've seen people go, and I'm actively moving my body, actively choreographing, actively working as a coach,
yeah,
actively living a life, and have so much that I want to give. But sometimes, you just got to watch from afar and see where people are at. But I do
yeah,
feel like it's been really put on my heart to help mentor dancers
yeah,
in this industry from a mindset perspective.
yeah, yeah. And anyone watching this now or watching this later, do take if you are in a position to be able to get involved in some mentorship, I highly advise it. Mentorship is a way that kind of then you don't keep your ideas to yourself. It doesn't stay up here. You can then start to grow it, and you've got someone to support you. And I'm sure Rhymes would be amazing at that. So anyone who wants
Agree.
that,
And you're then, for people listening, your what you have in you is, it cannot be paid for.
no,
What you have in you is so precious, the gold that's put in you. And sometimes when you are on the journey by yourself and you are trying
yeah,
to work out those ropes by yourself, you you doubt, you sit in there, maybe, or you take your time with this, or you make it harder than it needs to be. When you've got that support, when you've got that banner that's there with you, when you've got those cheerleaders, when you go to people who know what you're doing. When I started my coaching business,
yeah,
I went to someone who friggin' knew what she's a friggin' boss, and she
yeah,
knows what she's doing. She has a 7-figure business, she's doing
yeah,
this, she's implementing. And I'm like, if I'm gonna go, and what I have is precious, and I want to be able to
yeah,
give it to people in the right way. So that's why, I take myself seriously. And I
yeah,
think
yeah,
that we all need to take ourselves seriously. What you have in you is precious, precious,
yeah,
precious, precious gold. So it's just time sometimes to just
yeah,
open up that box and let your colors fly.
yeah. Amazing. I think that's a good point to leave it on. Let your colours fly. Yeah, amazing. Anyone have any questions? I see there's a couple of comments. Let me just oh, scroll down. I'm so rubbish, all this stuff. I've got better. So
It's okay
inspiring.
to do.
It's so good. We've all been there. It's the journey and what we take from it. Yeah, definitely. But if anyone has any questions, I'll give you like little like 10 seconds of oh, like nothingness. Anyone's got anything to say, but yeah, I think that's
And if
it.
you have questions, you know, my
Maybe.
DMs are always open.
Yeah, same with us. Same with me. So yeah, if you've got any questions for me, or you want me to pass anything on to Rhymes, or just get hold of her directly, please do. And yeah, I think this will probably be our last one of the year because, like I said, I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna shut down for 10 days and sit and eat, which I'm excited about. um, no questions. That was amazing. Ah, thanks, Tia.
Yeah,
Tuning
big
in.
up to you.
Nice to see you watching. Yeah, amazing. Thank you so much. I really appreciate the time, and hopefully we'll be in contact soon.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Well, have a good
Amazing.
evening.
You
Thanks for
too.
having
Thank
me.
you. Bye.
Bye.